Do you allow yourself space to feel your emotions? Because I don't. And if you've clicked on this video, you probably don't either. This is something I didn't even realize as much. I mean, like, I felt it, but it didn't really hit me until I listened to this podcast today by Mel Robbins, and she had an artist on there. I will list his name right here. But it was something for me when he said that he allows himself the space to feel because he's been through so many traumatic things that this is something that he needs to do to feel okay, and to recognize that how you're feeling is okay and you need to work through these things, and that expressing yourself is expressing yourself. It's part of being human. It literally is what makes you human. I was like, damn, I struggle, and I'm struggling with allowing myself to have emotions and hold space for myself to have emotions. That is something that's a big hindrance for me, and you probably feel the same. This is something that we need to talk about, friends. We need to get this under control because you need to feel your emotions. Like I said, it's part of being human. You need to be able to express yourself and not bottle things up, because it's like you're shoving a ton of clothes or everything in your room into a closet trying to push the door shut, and you know that shit's gonna bust open. It might bust open randomly. You know, you may not expect it, but then that's the worst times for it to do so, because now you're left with just a mess everywhere that you can't even clean up because it's so much damage done. So many clothes are on the floor. It's a huge mountain to climb at that point, and you don't want to have to do that. You want to be able to recognize how you're feeling in that moment and address it in that moment, because it's going to make you feel better, and it's going to release a lot of tension that you were going to hold inside. Why would we do that? And a lot of this stems back to childhood, you know, the place we all love to revisit. I'm not gonna lie, my childhood was pretty good. I'm so appreciative for what it was, because no matter what happens, I don't hold anything against my family. We have all healed together, and I think we are amazingly close, and I love every single one of them to death. But I will say that it definitely made an impact in who I am, and I love who I am. Your childhood's gonna do that. That is what it is. And like I said, I love who I am today, but I need to go back and address the things that have made me want to isolate my emotions. And I also feel like I healed a little too hard, girl boss a little too close to the sun. Because now I feel like it's unhealed of me to express emotions when I need to express those emotions. And it's not. It's really not. And if you are into healing like I am, you may have done the same in some aspects. I don't know, but you may have. So you know where I'm coming from. But when I was a child, we would get in trouble for a lot of shit. Some of the shit that wasn't even nothing to get in trouble for, but it would cause a lot of anxiety in me, and I'm a super empathic person, and I didn't want to see anybody hurt, anybody sad, and it would literally bring me pain to see anybody like that, especially my siblings. Fuck no, that's my number one. Those are my number ones. Nobody on this earth is ever gonna hurt them or come close to them, so fuck that. We would get lined up. This, like getting yelled at, and this is what happened. You guys are gonna, who did it? I would break down into tears every single time, like uncontrollably crying, and I would just say, it's me. It was me. It was me. It was never me. I don't really think it was ever me. Like, maybe once, I can't remember, but like, promise you, I really didn't do shit. I would always say it was me because, like I said, I'm not going to see my siblings hurt. I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm not going to let them go through that. But it'd be such an emotional toll on me that I would just break down. And then come later to find out, my dad was like, yeah, I know you didn't do it, but I had to punish you anyway because you said you did it. I feel like that could have been a conversation. But, he owns up to it now. But still, for me to be punished for showing emotions, or for now knowing that me taking the blame for something wasn't really done by me, and me still being punished for it, and just having the emotional uproar of, oh my gosh, we're in trouble, oh my goodness, like the amounts of anxiety that I felt and the amounts of sadness that I felt and pain after the fact and getting my ass whooped. So that was a lot to go through. And now I see how that plays out in my adult life with me crying. It's hard for me to cry, because even in my teenage years, whenever I would cry, it would be a very intense situation of like family most of the time. Like something has hit a boiling point where I just break down, but something in me just felt so ashamed or extremely triggered, like I was being reverted back to that little kid and just being scared and wanting to defend everything and anybody if it came down to that, if I was in that situation. But if it was me that was fucking up or something was going on with me, like I just felt like the world was crashing around me. And that's when I would always hit the breaking point of shedding tears. So now in my adulthood, also when crying, I'd be told, why are you crying? I'm going to give you something to cry about, which didn't help at all. When things happen, I can cry, but there's a voice inside of my head that's like, suck it up. Get it together. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? This is embarrassing. The fuck you don't cry. Pull yourself together, like end up with the damn paper. Pull yourself together. You are Elastigirl. Like, that's how I treat myself, and that's not the way that you should treat yourself. And I promise you, you probably are doing the same, whether it be when you're sad, angry, whatever the fuck it is. If you are beating yourself up in the moment of you expressing that feeling and then immediately shutting yourself down from feeling that emotion, it's harder and harder and harder for you to start feeling that emotion throughout time. This has gotten progressively worse for me. I know that from maybe even 5 years ago, it was easier for me to cry for a longer period of time than now. But now I've even gone through way more extreme things, and I can cry. Like, it's not saying that I don't feel the emotion at all, because I feel it and it does express itself, but it literally lasts maybe like 1 minute, if that, because I'm already beating myself up for feeling. I'm already doing it. And that's something we can't do. You cannot beat yourself up for being a human, for showing emotion, the emotion that you have and are deserving to feel. Because honestly, it's cleansing. It cleanses your soul of everything that you are trying to get out. When you're stuffing it inside, all that sadness, all that hurt, all that anger, all that hate, whatever it is, it literally is going to make you rot from the inside. Whether you show it or not on the outside, it's going to get to you at one point and you're going to just combust. And that shit is so stressful. And this even comes with anger as well, like, or frustration, whatever it is. I've from personal experience, I do not express those things anymore. Anger, because I know myself, whenever I've gotten angry in my life, it's always a flash, like a flash of anger. I can't control myself anymore, and I scare myself and the whole thing of it. And after the fact, I feel like shit. Not necessarily, just how you're feeling, which that too, but like, I feel like complete shit for what I've done, and I don't want to ever feel that feeling again. But I can't say that I'm never going to get mad again, because feeling anger is a normal emotion. Like the Inside Out movie, literally you have these emotions, and one time or another, something's gonna take over. So I think it's time that we allow ourselves to give ourselves space in which to feel, because you deserve to express your emotions. Now, am I saying you need to fucking just wild out on everything and just let the fucking rivers flow as fast as they can? No, because there's a reason you put a little stopper on it, because maybe you feel too deeply, and that also can hinder you sometimes. Whenever I feel intensely. So I've learned how to kind of balance it, but I feel like I've leaned too much into one scale, which is leaning towards the negatives at this point. So I want to try some practices, and I want you to do this as well. Sit with yourself for at least, to start, 5 to 10 minutes if you can, every day, with yourself and how you're feeling in that moment. You don't have to be mad, you don't have to be sad, you don't have to be just whatever the fuck emotion you think you need to be. You can be neutral. You can feel fine. But just start addressing what you need to address. And if there's things that you haven't cried about, and if you think about them, you know it's going to make you cry, let that shit out. Because it's obviously needing to be let out. The fucking Sprite bottle is about to pop. It's about to pop. You have to be able to acknowledge these things. And for you to sit with yourself and only yourself, just know that you're in a safe place. That's something that we probably all struggle with as well, was feeling outside in the world. Because when you are feeling outside in the world, you're getting perceived by the world. So when you're crying, people are like, oh my gosh, they pity you, or why is she crying, or oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. Like, you don't want to have that perception put on you. And even when you're angry, well, oh, she's the angry black girl, or you have such an attitude, or you're just uptight and da-da-da-da-da-da. Whatever you want to think is what you want to think, but I'm going to feel how I feel. And I don't want you to put a fucking label on that bitch. So take the time with yourself and sit with yourself. Be in that safe place and just know that it's okay to feel. And I want you to feel. And even if you need to say it out loud, like I said, I'm going to start doing these things as well, because this is something that I need to work on personally. But say I'm sitting here thinking about something like, today was a good day for the most part. Did I have some things come up of feeling of stress, of not knowing certain things, of the situation that I'm in right now with my vehicle, and how I need to get stuff handled with my personal life, how my bills are going to be paid, and this, that, and third? Hell yeah. Yes, you did today. Imani Reen, you go through a lot. So let's really dial into how you're feeling right now. Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Yes? Yes? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. But what is something that you can do to make it better? Well, this is really good. I think that me talking to myself and getting these things out and recognizing exactly how I'm feeling, putting a pinpoint on that exact emotion is helping me work through it. And you sit there, you just talk to yourself as much as you need to, internally, externally, whatever it is, and work through it. Like I said, if you need to shed a tear, shed that tear. If you need to hit something, grab that fucking pillow and just whatever you need to do, because it's going to help. I promise you it's going to. That even helped a little bit. I don't know why, but it did. Like a little tussle ain't never hurt nobody with an inanimate object, okay? For right now. Let's keep it like that. But spending the time with yourself and allowing yourself that space is everything. And even if you are in a public area, seclude yourself. Go find a bathroom, go sit in that stall. Go figure it the fuck out. If you have a car, go sit in your car. Go figure it the fuck out. Do what you need to do. Fuck what anybody else feels about it. It doesn't matter how they're feeling about it. It doesn't matter what they're perceiving you to be or how this situation should be and how you should act and da da da. It doesn't matter, because how I'm feeling is how I'm feeling. I'm going to act how I feel like I need to react. That's life. So let me have my time before I react on your ass, you know? And that's something as well. You don't want to have to react to other people or on other people, because then that is just negativity all over the place for the most part when it comes to outside people. But just know that you also have people on your side that you can express yourself to as well, that actually might feed you and give you the support that you need through the times that you're going through. People who also might understand where you're coming from, because say they've had the same upbringing as you, like your siblings, or somebody who's been in the same situation that you've been in, because they have a different understanding than somebody who doesn't. Somebody who's an outside party, just viewing you from the outside, not knowing what the fuck is going on or anything close to it. You need to have backboards as well. Somebody that you can just bounce your thoughts off of, and you come right back like, hey, I got you. You're supported in this area. It's okay. If you need to scream, girl, go ahead. If you need to scream, man, go ahead. If you need to cry, you need to do whatever you do. Do what you need to do to feel. I want to be there for you. That's the role that I'm going to play in this. And I have no hesitation about it, because you're somebody that I care about. And that's the people that you go to when you are having an uproar of emotions. Just know the people that you can go to. Know to go to the people who are going to support you, because sometimes you can't go through it alone. You sitting in that room talking to yourself can honestly make you spiral sometimes. If you're really in that bad of a headspace, you can't isolate yourself. You're going to need somebody's hand to reach out and for you to grab it. So it's time that we start grabbing other people's hands, and also be the hand for others to grab out too as well. And this is something that I think we all struggle with, because especially as empaths, or people who take on others' emotions so deeply, it can transfer energy over to you. And sometimes that's hard. It's extremely hard to absorb the energy from others when you have gone through situations, say, with them from a different perspective, and it's almost triggering to you. You have to learn to still extend the helping hand even through that. And this is a lesson that we're all going to have to learn, because even though you may be triggered, the other person may still be going through what they're going through. That was the whole cause of whatever situation was what it was. Learning how to be open, and also learning how to help others open themselves, because a closed off world is a closed off world. People are better than walls. I'll tell you that right now, because they're gonna give you the comfort, they're gonna give you the counseling, they're gonna give you the love, they're gonna give you the advice, anything that you need. You can gain that support. But like I said, if you need to just self-evaluate sometimes, and you need that alone time, because everybody needs alone time. Okay? Being around people is not a 24-hour every single fucking day. You need to have alone time as well. So when you need that alone time, take that alone time. When you need other people, then you need other people. And that's not bad. That's not a bad thing. You need to be able to lean on the people around you. Like that song. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Like real shit. That used to be my shit. I don't know why. When I was like 12, I used to fucking love that song so much. But it's so true. You need the people that you love around you to lean on. and in turn they will lean on you as well. But just make sure that it's beneficial for both parties and not just one way, because then that becomes a whole energy sucking thing and you don't need that around you. But you know who you need to go to and the people that you should hang around, the people that you should confide in. You get that feeling. And if you are ever feeling otherwise and you're just wondering, why don't they ever do, probably your sign just to not do that anymore. Maybe leave that person where they're at, because they're having their own struggles they got to go through. That's something too. People have their own struggles as well. So not only allowing yourself the space to feel your emotions, you need to allow others the space for them to feel their own and go through what they're going through. Like I said, sometimes people just need silence. They need space. And so when you are the person constantly like, hey, what's wrong? What's wrong? Why aren't you talking to me? You need to talk to me. You need to let me know what's going on with you right now. Why do you feel this way? Well, what would make you feel like that? That is toxic energy. Nobody needs that. If somebody needs to process what they need to process, let them process what they need to process. You can shower them with love. You can send them encouraging messages if you know what they're going through and if you know that that's going to be something that would help them through it. But never badger anybody who's going through anything in their life, because that is doing nothing but hurting them and putting more burden onto them and just stabbing wounds on top of wounds. Like, why would you do that? You're rubbing fucking salt in a fucking wound right there. Like, why would you do that? That makes no fucking sense. Would you want somebody to do that to you? No, you wouldn't. So allow them the space so they can feel. So also they can allow you the space to feel whenever you need that space as well. Because what you are putting out in this world, people are taking it in and also projecting it out other ways. It happens a lot. It happens more than you think. And on top of that, it happens when you're an adult as well. There are certain trigger points that you may hit within somebody else and they may react a certain way. And then you turn around and do the same shit. Even as an adult, monkey see, monkey do, like real shit. Like kids do that all the time, and so do adults. So be careful with how you are reacting to others in their time of need. Like I said, if you're not the person that needs to be their support, then you're not the person that needs to be their support. Please keep it to yourself and then give them the space. Everybody needs their own space. We all have a little bubble around us, okay? A bubble of energy. Now, whether you are accepted into that bubble or not, it is what it is. Know what boundary you're crossing right there. Because there's a difference in somebody accepting you into their bubble, like, hey, this is what's going on, like, I really want your advice, this is how I'm feeling, and maybe you can break down in their arms. Whatever you may need to do, that's the people you accept in that circle, in that bubble. If you are on the outside boundaries where it's like, hey, I can't talk right now, or I'm going through a lot, I just need to manage my shit right now. Know where you're standing and give them their bubble. Do not go popping nobody's fucking bubble. That's my main pet peeve. Like, y'all got my eye twitching. I don't know if you can see that bitch, but that shit got my eye twitching. I hate when people feel as though they can just impede on other people's fucking space bubbles. No. If I'm in my own world, I'm in my own world, and I need that right now because I'm processing. Everybody needs the time to process what they're going through, what they're feeling, because a lot of the time, we have not been doing that, especially as adults, especially in this time, because we're impeded with so much pain, agony, everything from everybody in the world, from social media. It's a lot. So whenever you have the time and space to sit with yourself or just be in your own head, it is such a blessing. It is such a blessing. But when people try to impede on that, it is so aggravating. It's aggravating. And I know sometimes people don't know that they're doing that. But if I give you a, hey, you know what? Today's just not the day. I just want to be in my own space. I want to be in my own little bubble. That's my favorite thing to say. I'm in my own bubble. But if they can't respect that, you got to get up out of my space, bro. Real shit. Like, we not cool. I'm not messing with the energy that you're giving right now because I need my space. And I told you that. And you're not respecting it. People who cannot respect your boundaries and your emotions do not deserve to be in your life in any way, shape, or form. I don't care if they're coworkers. I don't care if they're friends. I don't care if they're family. If they cannot accept that and be okay with you having your own space, then it's time for them to go and be put aside. You don't need to exile them, but you don't need to be around them for at least a little while until they can understand what the fuck is going on. Why they feel as though that's a need and for something that they have to do. Because it's not, okay? Everybody's entitled to their own space, their own time, their own processes. Give it to them. Give it to them. And I say this from fucking experience. I promise you. Every day. At work, that's when I use my time to process. Everybody has their own things. And I don't do heavy processes. Like, I'm not going to go through my huge emotional things that I still need to work on. But when I go through in my brain at work, because I have a job, like I said, I detail cars, I tell you guys all the time. I put my headphones in because I can have headphones in at work, and I just go to work. You don't have to talk to your managers. They don't really check on you because you're just working on a car every fucking few minutes. You're just vacuuming, cleaning it, and then sometimes you can just sit in the car for a few minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. I literally take that time to listen to podcasts, to evaluate how I'm doing in the world, where I see myself going, how I'm going to get there, or just evaluating how I'm feeling within the processes of me trying to get to my main goal in life. I will sit there like, okay, so this is something I got to work on. I want to get this. I'm going to have to look at this so I can get this handled. Like, that's me going through the motions of my business side of my life, essentially. And sometimes personal, but never my emotional. My emotional, I take it home because I'm going to cry. I'm going to scream. I'm going to do what I have to do in the privacy of my home, because if I don't, they're going to think I'm straight tweaking. But that's when I take that time. So whenever anybody is constantly like hovering around me in my space and I notice it, you are impeding in my bubble, in my space, and in my processes. Please exit so I can do what I need to do and focus whatever I'm needing to focus on. Like, I tell people this all the time. I always have people come up to me like, hey, da 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 da. First of all, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Like, I really be in my own world, like, the whole entire shift since I've started there. I've almost been there a year. But they're like, oh, hey, Moneyreen, da 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 da. I'd be like, hi, like, it's good. I'm cool for conversation. Like, I'll be so nice. I'm like, yeah, you know, thank you. Like, da da da, like, I love your hair. Okay, thank you, girl. Like, yes. Or, hey, good morning. Like, it's fine. But when this constant, hey, well, can you, hey, or I see you just walking around my space because there's one little space, constantly just looking, oh, I have a problem. You're literally disrupting me right now. It's like static on a TV. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm the static because I can't get a clear thought because I'm having to watch what you're doing. People staring at my behind. Fucking irritating as hell. Or just wanted to come up and say something, just to say something random. Like, please, bro, back up off me. I'm trying to have a conversation with myself in here. I know you can't see that, so I respect the fact that, you know, you don't know what the fuck is going on, but when I've given you the, hey, yeah, you know, I just don't feel like talking, and you still keep trying to talk, you're gonna get me out of character. You're gonna get me out of character, and that right there is something I'm trying not to do. I'm trying not to do that. But I'm also not trying to suppress my emotions as well. So please just don't put me in that space. I don't like feeling the irritation that I feel because it's also stemming from something else. Like, that's me feeling frustrated even within myself and not being able to focus. Like, it's triggering a lot of other shit, mainly going to be focused on you because you are literally getting in my fucking way of trying to figure it out right now. And you don't know that. So when I give you a, hey, I don't feel like talking, please just take it. Please just take it. Something like that happened recently too. Somebody said something to me and I was like, I don't want to talk. Or I don't feel like talking. And people can think you're a bitch. It's totally fine. People can think that you're a huge bitch and that because you know you're not. You know you're not. Like, I know I'm not. I might look like it. I'm going to go through the day with a fucking resting bitch face just because I want to be left alone. But that's just also my face. Like, when I keep a straight face, that's just how I look, okay? That's how I look. But if you come up to talk to me, like, I have girls that come up to me, I'm like, hey, I love your hair. Or people that come, hey, is the car done? I'm like, oh, yeah, no worries. Like, it's good. Like, you'll get a smile out of me. But if you continue, you're going to get a bitchier side of me. But that's not who I am. So I don't want to have to show that shit all the time. But when you are constantly pushing somebody, especially people who are in a vulnerable state of mind, you're going to get a different version of them than you want. And that's also going to hurt them and the processes they're trying to work through with their emotions, because you're almost setting them back in a way. And like I said, a lot of people don't know this, but when you are given the signs, and if that person is not giving you the signs, okay, they need to work on that as well. They need to learn how to give signs to others. But if you're not listening to their signs of boundaries, you need to go. You need to get the fuck on, okay? Allow others their space, whether it be to think, feel, process whatever it is they need to go through. Let them go through it. Now, everybody wants to be in a full-blown conversation 24/7. Or question as to why they're feeling like this or what they're doing and give me details. Like, no. Sometimes you just need to be with you. And that's fine. Be with you. Please. This is a message for everybody out there that has ever felt isolated, suppressed, just cornered. You need to work through that. You need to work through that and be able to actually express your emotions, because it's hard holding everything in. It gets to you. It really does. Take it from one who knows one. Okay? I got you guys. I just want you to be able to not suppress your emotions anymore and allow yourself the space and time to feel them and acknowledge that you're even doing that in the first place, because it's something that's hard to recognize like 90% of the time. Like I said, I didn't recognize it until recently. Like I just been feeling this. There are situations where I need to cry, but I hold it in. Like I literally will have tears start to form. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Immediately tears are gone. I'm sucking it up. Eyes might be a little red still, but they're going back to white real quick. But you can't do that. You gotta allow yourself to let it out. Let it out. Because it's gonna make you feel better. It's gonna help you heal a lot faster in the right way. In the right way. Because you could definitely overheal or heal in the wrong direction. But yeah, that's something that made me think today. That was something that was pretty big. I want to start implementing that. I think you guys should too as well. Also, one thing that I've actually really liked as well with, going through your own emotions and processing everything, go take a shower in the dark. That sounds crazy. It really does. But it doesn't have to be completely fucking dark. You can have a little night light or like an ambient light from the outside. But in my bathroom, there's like a separate bathroom where the toilet and the shower is, and like the sink's on the other side. There's a door where the toilet and the shower is. I just turn off that light. I keep the light on out here, and I go in my shower and I just think and I process and I feel. If I need to go sit in the fucking tub, I'm gonna sit in the tub. It is what it is. Allow yourself to feel. That's my message. I just want you guys to hear it because somebody else needed it out there. I know you did, and I hope that this helped you. I hope that you recognize that you have been suppressing a lot of the emotion that you've been feeling, and that you haven't allowed yourself to cry in a while. You haven't allowed yourself to get angry in a while, and it's okay. It's about time that you do. You don't need to lash out on others if you don't think that's gonna be what you need. But also, I don't think that's just the right thing to do. A lot of the time, you shouldn't take your things out on your. You shouldn't take your emotions out on others. That's just not healthy in general unless they really fucking deserve them, motherfucker. Okay, there's a difference. But know the difference. But I want you to be able to recognize how you're feeling, work through how you're feeling, and not stuff all those clothes in that closet. Okay? I will catch you guys in another video. It was nice. We haven't done like a bedtime talk in a while. And it's nice. I will throw these in every once in a while. I will catch you in my next video. It's your girl, Imani Rain, and I am signing the fuck out. Good night, motherfuckers. Until then.